Lori, I don't know how to ask this question in a more eloquent way, but
Okay.
how do you get the money? Like, really, how do you get it? Like, everyone wants it. It seems like such a big journey. Where do you start?
Well, it's a journey, but if you do it right, you can do it. And my best piece of advice to get you started is talk to corporations when you don't need them. This is
Mm,
my best piece of advice. And some people will say, but if I've got something right now that I think would be of interest, can I go? Well, technically you can, but my most successful corporate support partnerships, I should say funders, are the relationships that started with a conversation.
mm,
I want to know more about what XYZ Corporation's mission, vision, and values are in the area of diversity and inclusion or leadership scheduling and any of that, right? So you want to take the time to get to know them, because if you take the time to get to know what they're interested in, we're not just talking about one or two proposals that are going to go your way. We're talking about an entire journey of having a
yeah.
partner for a long time, which is extremely essential.
And Lori, it's kind of like I have a few friends that really only show up when they need something from me.
Ah,
Drives me
exactly.
nuts. It's the same sort of thing, right?
It is the perfect analogy. And that's why if you contact them and say, I'd really just like to have an introductory conversation about what your goals are and your initiatives and learn a little about what we do, they will just be like, wow, you don't want anything right now? That has been the most successful approach for long term funding and long term relationships. In terms of logistics, I would definitely recommend that you keep your initial prospect list very small.
How small? What are we looking at here?
So, if you're just starting into corporate support, most likely you're a development or fundraiser that's doing other things. This isn't your
Mm,
only thing.
right.
Maybe 2 to 3 a week for 4 weeks. Create
Okay.
kind of a corporate support initiative for yourself. Really research these companies, go to their website, check out their mission, vision, and values, check out their annual reports as well.
No, no, Lori, that sounds like a lot of work. I mean, an annual report, I'm not going to read a bunch of annual reports.
Well, here's the good news. Most of the time, you don't have to read the entire thing. Usually, you have an idea of what you want to talk to the company about because of your own initiative that you're interested in having them get to know. So, you could finally usually find an area within the annual report or a specific report itself that just talks about their efforts in diversity, equity,
Mm,
inclusion, leadership. I mean, it just goes on forever. You can follow that text in that report. Sometimes there's some links, but the best thing that you'll find is usually the full name and the title of the person in charge of that department and the budget. And a lot of times there's contact information, as
oh,
you
that's a tip.
is extremely valuable. So check out those reports. Don't be afraid of it. It does require some work up front, but
Mm.
looking at those annual reports, sustainability reports is really going to make things a lot easier for you.